Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Man in the House. Today is Tech Day. Again, this is part 2 of last week's video where I talked about the evolution of some of the tech stuff that we have that we use behind the scenes for Bloveslife, Man in the House, and for It's Darius. So with that, I'm going to start shooting with our main camera just to introduce this video, and then we're going to flip to the vlogging camera so I can show you the main camera setup, the microphone, etc., and some other gadgets that I have on the table. So before we go ahead and switch to the vlogging camera so that I can capture some of this stuff as I walk around the room here, I want to show you what I have on the table right now, some of the stuff that we didn't get a chance to see on last week, and some new stuff. So first up, we talked a little bit about this last week. This was the vlogging stick. I didn't have the attachment on it. I wanted to make sure I showed you that. And also, I've seen some comments on adding the links to where I got some of this stuff from in the description box. So look for that on this video. I'll also go back and put it on the other video as well. I think I got this from one of like the kiosks in the mall. So literally no more description than that. It's a telescoping vlogging stick with a little retractable piece here for your cell phone. And the cool thing about this one is it's got a Bluetooth connection or a USB connection on the bottom there. I think it's micro USB, and then it also has the button for your Bluetooth camera. And you can charge it. So, cool thing about that. Alright, so other things that we didn't get a chance to look at last week, and that was the car stuff that I have. So, I started off, I purchased this unit. I got it from, I want to say I got it from Best Buy. And this I love. This is the fantastic version of, to me, the car camera holders or cell phone holders. And the reason why I like it is because it's got your suction cup like all of them do, but also it detaches pretty quickly. You can snap your stuff in here and then snap it back on, snap the phone into here and then snap it right back onto the unit, and right up on the mirror it goes, or on the windshield it goes. The reason why I like this one as opposed to this one that we purchased for my wife's car is because this one, when you retract it or you squeeze it, it actually, you control the pressure on how tight it holds your phone in there. And all you do is you press these buttons on the bottom here, which I need to find, right there. And then it opens back up for you to go ahead and put another cell phone in there. Now, what I don't like as much on this one is, you see how open the sides on this one is? It allows you to have your microphone hanging out the end, or if you don't have a microphone, your microphone port is hanging off the end, and you don't have any interference from your audio. Now with this one, you really have to pay close attention to where, if you can see that, the ends are sort of closed. So you have a little bit of an opening here, like for your charger port and things. But as you know, on some phones, the charger port's here, and then your microphone is usually right in front of this piece here. And so you really have to orient your phone in a certain way in order to use this one. And the other thing is, it is a extremely tight spring-loaded grip. And it is the reverse of this. This I press, I squeeze it to tighten. This I have to pull to retract to put your phone in, to put my phone in. And it's difficult sometimes. You put one end in there and you're stretching and you're stretching, and you got to take out your case. You got to take your case off because it doesn't fit in there because you've reached the end of your limits. So for Plus phones, I would not recommend this because you will be removing your case in order to get this to stick. Alright, so these are the two. I believe I got both of them from Best Buy. Don't quote me on that. I'll see if I can find this one. I believe it was about... Actually, I don't know how much it was. I'll see if I can find out the details. I've had it for a while, so I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so that's it for really what I use to mount the car system. let's move on to another car gadget. So everybody knows you always have multiple gadgets in the car that you're trying to charge, especially if you start vlogging. You're going to want to charge your camera, you're going to want to charge your light for your camera, all of that type of stuff. So what I did was went out and I just got one of these. It's a universal charger. It has multiple ports in it. It's got a couple of the 12 volt or 24 volt AC to DC outputs, and then or DC outputs, and then you got some USB connections here with different amperage ratings or different voltage ratings as well on the front for smaller or larger gadgets that you want to charge. So this is fantastic. Most cars are limited, at least in the front, to maybe having newer cars having one USB port and one actual 12 volt DC charger port. So this expands that capability and allows you to charge multiple things at the same time when you're on the road and you're driving. Alright, so one other things. When you do start recording, you're going to need something to transfer if your laptop doesn't have a memory card slot on it. You're going to need a adapter. And this allows you to put in, if you can see this, there is a SD card slot there and a micro SD card slot at the top. And then on the side here is a USB port. So what I do is, from the vlogging camera, I actually, from the H1 audio device that I use to record the audio when I'm doing the vlogging, I have the micro USB in there. I pull that out and then I pull the audio or the SD card out as well, and I can go ahead and transfer all of that data onto my computer via the USB. So if you don't already have that capability on your laptop, you're definitely going to want to get something like this so that you can easily port that over into your laptop. Now, make sure if you do have a USB 3.0 slot on your laptop, make sure you get the USB 3.0 capable stick here so that your speeds will be top notch, or at least as fast as your computer can go. Alright, one other thing that I think is kind of a must-have when you're out and about and you need to charge something on the go. These little portable chargers work for almost everything. They work for your cell phone. You probably see them everywhere. Basically, this one right here, I believe, holds 2.5 to 3 charges worth of full batteries for a cell phone. It can be used to charge Bluetooth stuff. It can be used to charge pretty much anything that uses the same kind of ports. So it's USB to the charger or USB to your laptop, and then of course the micro USB to your device. So another good thing to have. Alright, with that, wait, one more thing. As we get into transferring them, so this is the last thing before I switch over to the vlogging camera. This actually is the first lens that we use with our main camera. It is a Canon EFS 18 by 55 millimeter lens. It worked really good for the tight shooting that we were doing. When you have one person in the shoot and you really want to get nice and tight and close up, it works really well. What I found though is when you have more than one person in the shoot and you're really trying to get close up around food or around anything else and keep both people in the shoot, it's very difficult to do. You run out of real estate trying to get in close and also keep those two people in the field of view. So as I switch over, I'll let you know what lens we bought to remedy that issue. Alright, so I've just switched cameras. You may have noticed a difference in how the camera looks as well as how much space you can see behind me, as now I'm using the vlogging camera that I have, which is the Sony RX100 we talked about in the first video. So let's get to it. What do we use as our main camera? We have here, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the lens off. We have the Canon T6i is what we use as the main camera. It's the Rebel T6i. We actually started off, we were hunting during the Black Friday season or Black Friday day, trying to find a camera as we were preparing for launching the first YouTube channel, which is Bloveslife. And while we were trying to get the best deal on the bundles, I didn't notice that they actually switched up cameras. So I thought I was getting this great deal, y'all. And I ended up getting it, and it came, and it was a Canon T6 instead of the T6i that I had originally wanted to get. And of course, it didn't have the handy dandy flip out display, which you absolutely have to have when you're recording because you need to be able to see yourself. All right, so here we go. This is, like I said, the Canon T6i. Has a bunch of different features, one of which is the flip out display, which I love. Also has the external mic port, which you also do not get on the Canon T6. So because of trying to upgrade our audio, we were forced to upgrade the whole camera just so we can be able to add an external microphone. And so when we made that upgrade, we bought the Rode mic, which is the external mic that you see mounted on the top of this microphone or this camera, and it did wonders for our audio, guys. So I make the suggestion all the time: start where you need to start when it comes to your finances and you're trying to launch your YouTube. Don't worry about all this stuff; it'll come later. But when you do get financially able, stop using the audio from your regular camera. It's okay, but you will notice the difference when you switch to an external microphone. It has a lot less noise, and also it picks up only really what you want to pick up right directionally in front of the camera. So that is the Canon T6i that I have, and as I said before, we originally used that with this lens, and that was all we had. About a couple weeks ago, actually maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago, we upgraded to this lens, and this is the Canon EF 16 to 35 millimeter f 2.8 lens, and it is great for giving me more range in the film, so I can now shoot all 4 of my family members in the film and still get a pretty decent close-up. And that's what I was going for. Before, I was cut off, one of the members of the family was cut off, or you had to have the camera so far back that you really couldn't see what was going on. So with this lens, I achieved that closeness that I wanted, but also was able to get everybody into the shot. Now, this is going to be something that you plan for and that you budget for, because this lens cost about $2,000. So you're going to definitely want to start where you can and continue shooting until you make enough to put aside to purchase this lens or something else comparable. They do have lenses that are similar in composition. They may not have like the metal rings that are going to last you longer, but you can get a lens that's comparable to this that will work with your Canon camera. So that being said, let's quickly move on to the green screen behind me. I'm going to dismount this camera from our tripod, and I'm going to show you this green screen, and then next week we're going to talk about what to do with green screens. I'll show you a little bit of that, of how I manipulate the green screen here in this video, but we'll talk about how in next video. So I'm going to take you guys with me over into where we use our green screen. So if you can see behind me, up at the top there, you see my lighting jig. These are for my subject lights. So the one that you see up here lit right now is one of my lights that I use. It came with this remote control, and it is used as I use it as a subject light. So what do I mean by subject light? When you're using a green screen, you have to light the green screen separate from the subject or the person that is going to be on the green screen. And the reason being is because if you don't, you're going to get shadows, and those shadows are going to be difficult to take out of your field of view. So let me walk back over here so you can see what I'm talking about. I am now inside of the green screen field of view, and you can see nothing but green screen all around me. Now I'm going to point the camera as I turn here. So now you see the lights that are actually lighting the green screen behind my interview chairs that I have up here because I'm setting up for another video. And as I pan around behind me, you see the other side and two more lights that also light the green screen. Most important thing about green screen use is lighting the green screen evenly. It will be tremendously helpful when you do your post-processing, so to speak, in your editing software. As long as you get that green screen lit evenly across, it'll be so much easier. It'll be so much easier as you do essentially one click, change the color, put yourself anywhere and everywhere, and do some pretty neat tricks that I'm going to show you with the green screen. All right, so I showed you some of the things you can do with your green screen and some of the other lighting that you're going to need. Now, as you can see over here, you see another color of green, and it doesn't matter all that much how many, the shade of the green. Now, the green that you see right here is kind of the universal green screen color, and I actually just bought this green screen color over here that I'm using. I bought it only because I was out and I was shooting a video in a hotel and I needed a mock green screen really quick. So I ran out to Walmart and I got the closest color fabric that I could to a green screen, and believe it or not, it worked just fine. So when you're doing green screen editing, you can slide the green screen scale till you get to a color that will work when removing what you want to remove or changing your background. Now, the purpose of the green screen, very, very simple. It allows you to take any object that is in front of it and essentially remove the background from it. So if I'm standing here in front of a green screen, which you see, I won't be in front of a green screen when I'm talking. I'm going to actually change that to a different background, and I can be on top of Mount Everest, or I could be, at the bottom of the ocean. And you would never know the difference because I'm going to put myself in that location. And that's pretty much green screen. Next week, I'll show you exactly how to do the editing on the green screen, and then you'll know how to do it for yourself. So thanks for watching. I know this is one of those videos, again, that is not for everybody, but just wanted to show you guys some more stuff about how you do and how we've progressed over time in changing some of the things we've been doing in the background for Bloveslife, now for Man in the House, and for It's Darius. So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do that anyway, guys. And again, I'm going to put the links for the stuff that I have purchased over the time in the description box so you can see it. Thanks again. See you next time.